How's it going, trainers, and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. Today, Niantic announced the return of Heatran beginning January 7th to February 4th in Tier 5 Legendary Raids. We're going to go ahead and go over not only it, but its top counters, as well as how many trainers you need and so on, and we're even going to cover if you might want to invest in Ground-type Pokemon to counter Heatran. So first things first, it is a Fire Steel type, boosted in sunny and snowy weather. Perfect CP or max CP in standard levels 2145, and max CP for weather boost is 2681. It has a ×2 weakness to both fighting and ground because of its both fire and steel typing, and a standard weakness to water. Fast attacks consist of Fire Spin and Bug Bite, and charge attacks consist of Fire Blast, Iron Head, Flamethrower, and Stone Edge. Interesting fact about this is it can be duoed, and rather easily. In the past, when Heatran was out, people pretty much duoed it with nothing but level 25 Groudons, and you heard me right, level 25 Groudons. So if you happen to have a 6-pack of weather boosted Groudons that you just caught that happen to have Mudshot and Earthquake, you can participate in this duo. Since then, it has become Groudon isn't exactly the best ground attacker. With the recent buff of Mud Slap in terms of its damage, Excadrill is now the best ground type attacker. The combination of Mud Slap and Drill Run is just more damage, faster. So Excadrill again is the #1 with Mud Slap and Drill Run, followed up by Groudon with Mudshot and Earthquake, followed by Rhyperior with Mud Slap Earthquake, Garchomp with Mudshot Earthquake, Rhydon with Mud Slap Earthquake, and Golurk with Mud Slap Earth Power. There are a few differences between these 6 Mons. Most of them have dual typings. The one that is most notable is actually Excadrill. Excadrill is a ground steel type Pokemon. Therefore, he takes super effective damage to fire type moves. So if you're trying to do your best against a Heatran that's running both Fire Spin and either Fire Blast or Flamethrower, your Excadrills are going to get relatively melted, unfortunately. In that case, Groudon does become the best counter, and honestly is the safest in terms of stamina. Groudon is just a ground type. Rhyperior's rock typing allows it to resist fire type damage, and the same goes for Rhydon. Garchomp is a dragon type as well as ground type. That doesn't really prove to do anything in this matchup as far as the moves that Heatran has. And lastly, Golurk is a ghost type, and again, nothing that Heatran has really gives it an edge over ghost types. So these are the top 6. There are other good counters, of course. Water types, you gotta think of Kyogre with Waterfall Surf is of course up there. Yeah, water types. Fighting types also, the ×2 weakness, so Lucario with counter Aura Sphere, or even Machamp with counter Dynamic Punch will do the trick for you, especially if it's cloudy weather. So if it's cloudy weather, roll out your fighting types. It's all just based off what you're facing move-wise and whatever the weather may be, and kind of what you have. This is a relatively easy legendary raid boss, so just take it casually. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the top 2 ground type attackers against Heatran right now, as well as a future incoming ground type that could overtake them both. So first off, Excadrill is a ground steel type Pokemon with a max CP of 3224, attack base power of 225, defense of 129, and stamina of 242. The move power little infographic right here is from gamepress.gg. I'll go ahead and attach a link to that in the description. But otherwise, you can see that Mud Slap has 18 power, with Drill Run being 80 power and a 2-bar charge move. So pretty good for damage real fast. Next up, we have Groudon with a max CP of 4115 and a slightly better attack stat of 270 and a much better defensive stat of 228 and only slightly lower stamina stat of 205. Pretty solid, pretty well rounded. Mudshot is its fast move of choice with 5 power each. Oof, and then Earth Power, 140 damage, a 1-bar charge move. It's going to take you a while to get to that, but again, it is a pretty tanky option in terms of against Heatran. Next up, we have a Gen 5 legendary in Landorus. This is its standard form. It is a ground flying type with a max CP of 3588, attack stat of 261, defense 182, and stamina again 205. So now we have a slightly increased in attack, a big hit at defense, and the exact same stamina to Groudon. Again, we have Mudshot for 5 power, and this time Earth Power, a 2-bar charge move with 100 power each. So that is better than Drill Run by 20 power with each charge move. However, you take 13 damage less with Mudshot each, so it's kind of right there along the lines with Excadrill. However, with ground flying typing, you resist fire types as compared to super effective damage because that's steel typing. Now, this is not the only form of Landorus. The other form is the Therian form. And what's interesting about the Therian form is you take a 3 hit at defense and get a plus 20 attack stat, and of course that increases your max CP as well. Your stamina stays the same, so you just become a better attacker. And with this, and again with Mudshot Earth Power, you just become so much better than Excadrill. Now, we don't know when Landorus will be coming to the game. This is all speculation. I would assume the standard form would come first and Therian would come after. I don't know how it would work, and I don't know how long it's going to take to get in the game, but that enough could be reason to not invest in your Excadrills or your Groudons or really any other ground type attacker in the game right now, just knowing that these Pokemon are going to be coming to the game, and they are Gen 5, so it could come at any time. Instead of Heatran, Landorus could have been announced. So if I'm being honest, I would hold off on powering up any ground type attackers. Just use your level 25 Groudons, or if you have a really good Excadrill, go ahead and use it. Otherwise, stick with level 25 Groudons and they'll do the trick. And yeah. Anyways, trainers, I want to thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.